Hello everybody, I am Jedi Jack Penguin and welcome back to another LEGO Icons or Once Was Creator Expert review. So today we're going to be looking at set number 10497, the Galaxy Explorer. This set includes 1,254 pieces, retailing for $99.99 when it released August 1st of 2022. Now this set is celebrating 90 years of LEGO. This is based off the set 497 Galaxy Explorer from all the way back 43 years ago in 1979. It's really crazy to see how far LEGO has come in terms of their designs, and this ship looks absolutely stunning. I haven't even built it yet, but I already know I'm really gonna love this set just because of a lot of the sleek details and how big this is actually going to end up being for only $100. Now, speaking of the price tag, I did actually get this on sale, 25% off at Walmart. I got it for only $75, which I think is an even better price for 1,254 pieces. I definitely recommend, if that sale is still going on by the time this video comes out, to get that set. I'll put a link in the description below if it's still available. But anyways, getting right into the box art for this set, we have the 90 years of play LEGO in the corner, as this is the 90th anniversary of LEGO. We also have this more classic style to the box where we have the Galaxy Explorer name on this little banner from the side, and you'll also see a lot more of the yellow on the top of the box and even on the side. As for the background behind the ship, we get a pretty simplistic spacey design, out of focus planet, and of course the landscape of wherever they actually are, which doesn't actually look very good in my opinion, just because it doesn't look as real as if you look at some of the sets that we got back in the day for classic space. You have a lot more like realistic looking backgrounds. This just does not look realistic to me. But anyways, spinning us around to the back of the box to get some dimensions and more of a classic style as we did see back in the day for the original Galaxy Explorer set, which I really appreciate LEGO going all out with a lot of these details. I actually really like the background here compared to what you see from the front, even though I still think that the planet doesn't really look very realistic. That actually looks a lot better, that render right there for that planet. As I said, you get the dimensions off to the side and some closer looks at some of the interior details, and we get push tabs for this set, which is really annoying for $100. That is really the one thing that I have to complain about far most. Included inside the box, you get a total of 9 numbered bags, in addition to a loose plate piece and a little pamphlet in addition to your instruction manual. Starting off with the little pamphlet, I'll just toss the instructions here to give you an idea of how big this is in comparison to the bags and such. You can unfold this and see what's on it. We're making our packaging more sustainable. We're transitioning from single-use plastic to paper-based packaging. As we progress, you may find a mix of paper and plastic in our boxes. Looks like I got plastic. Unlike a few sets I received over the summer, we happen to have gotten a plastic bag keeping our instructions, which is this more booklet style. It's very thin. It's a lot thinner than I thought it would be. Get the main picture from the front, which I do appreciate LEGO not bringing that new style that looks really ugly to this instructions. We have the classic space logo and some space from the back. Your win information for these 18+ style sets. Piece count, which I actually really like LEGO adding that black there. Hopefully that's intentional. We can see the piece count continued for another 2 pages. Again, that's really interesting. And finally, from the back, we have our final overall model for this set. Again, it's really interesting to see that design choice. I'm really happy that LEGO decided to include that, just to make these instructions just that extra little bit special compared to some other sets. From the front, we have some information, I suppose, about the original designer and the new designer for this particular set. Some more details about classic space, which is really interesting. You can pause and read this if you're interested. And space minifigures throughout the years, all the different colors, and then the designer for the newest model. I would like to get one of those helmets. That's actually really neat. And some more information, just the same information in various different languages on these pages, leading to our bag count, which Hopefully we don't actually have to put all 4 bags in to build this first bit, but we'll find out when I get there. So yeah, that's all that I have to say for the instructions and the box contents. Let's take a look at our minifigures and the final overall model. To start off our minifigure selection, we have one of 2 red astronauts included in this set. Now this is a brand new print compared to the one that we saw all the way back in the day for the classic space theme, of course following the same exact print style where you only get the print from the front of the torso with that classic space logo. I know a lot of people are really happy to see that LEGO is making all these different colors for the spaceman, especially for those who missed out on the sets all the way back in the day. Of course, no arm, leg printing, no back torso printing. You get that oxygen tank for the under the neck accessory, which I think works very well. You also get the helmet in that red color, which is also very unique to this particular character, in addition to just the classic, regular old smiley facial expression from the very front in that yellow flesh tone. You also get 2 of these plain white spaceman in the set who are not exclusive, also coming within the LEGO Movie 2 Benny's Space Quad set all the way back in the day, which also included pink, yellow, and blue spaceman. It's really crazy to see how far LEGO has come these days, including these spaceman in all these different colors. We got them in green, we're getting one in brown next year in January. Just like the red spaceman, you get that classic space logo from the very front, white arms, hands, and legs. You get the oxygen tank in that white color as well as the helmet, and same exact facial expression as you'll see for all these guys with that classic yellow smiley face. And the final figure included is for this classic space droid, who I don't really consider a minifigure, though Brickset does, so I thought I'd include it here. We have 2 accessories included with him, these trans clear mug pieces, which are held using these clip piece connections, which are also adjustable. I really like how you can spread out the arms if you want to. We also get a print, which is not exclusive, but only came in one other giant set, the Acto 1 direct-to-consumer back in 2020, where we'll also see a similar print included within the vehicle build later on, but in a different color of white. We get those gray studs for the eyes, some antennae for like ears or just communication devices from the very top, and as I said, I really like the posability of the arms. And we'll just do a quick spin around. You can see what this figure looks like overall, a bit of building on the side. Overall pretty simple design, but a great inclusion nevertheless, as we saw these included with the spaceman quite a lot back in the day. And here it is in all of its glory, the Galaxy Explorer. Now, I really feel like LEGO did an amazing job delivering this set to celebrate 90 years of LEGO. It's just such an amazing collector's piece. They really put a lot of thought into a lot of the different decisions in terms of like tiling off a lot of the side pieces here. And even the fact that they really only used colors that were available back in the original classic space theme. That's something that I think is really amazing, especially when building the interior of this. You can see a lot of the different reds and yellows and green pieces being used, in addition to the blue and the classic light gray and black included here as well. Now, starting from the very front of the build and working our way around and then working our way to the very bottom of the build, I do have to appreciate LEGO including fake guns on something like this. A collector set should always have fake guns instead of any of those rapid fire shooters or stud guns or any of that kind of stuff. I really love a lot of the different plate pieces and the tiling off, getting the 2x4s and even the 2x6 tile pieces in light gray I think are really nice. We have our very first print, which is exclusive to this set, on this 2x4 tile piece, classic space logo, gotta love it. We have another print on this 1x6 brick with the LL928. Now, if you don't know, that is a classic space reference, which I can't remember off the top of my head, though I'll put up a picture of something. But anyways, really cool that that is a print and not a sticker. I do have to note that there are no stickers in this set, as you saw when I opened the box contents. It's really amazing to see that LEGO really went all out with the prints, especially in the interior, which we'll be talking about momentarily. You can see the engines as we move to the side, which also utilize quite a few interesting pieces, like this one from the front, this half circle piece. We have this barrel piece in light gray, and this bigger one from the very back, which I believe these were used in like Star Wars or Minions or something like that when they were making those giant Minion figures. You can see the clip piece connections being used, as well as these flag pieces to support the engine from the side and that translucent red from the very back. Additionally, you can see that we have a little bit of storage over here, if you open that up, which is a little hard to tip out of there, but we have this oxygen tank in black, which I believe is an uncommon color. I am surprised that we haven't seen the black spaceman return as of yet. Maybe we'll get lucky next year. We also have this sort of like siren thing going on over here. I'm not really too familiar with how that works on a spaceship like this, but it's really interesting to see them use the bucket piece to create that. We also have a reference to classic space and just older Lego sets in general. They used to include these prints with arrows on them just to show like the function of certain sets. I think it's really great that they were able to accomplish this sort of like building technique using those tiled wall elements and even using the Nexonite shield just to form that white arrow inside. I think that's a really clever design. You have a bit of translucent green from the very back, which is interesting. You have a bit of translucent red and yellow from the front. As we move to the back, you can see some more of the engines, same sort of like design when it comes to that roundness, and also the translucent red from the very back of it. Same sort of design from this side of the ship, where we also have another one of those storage things, but this time we actually have something different inside. We have these two little tap pieces, which include a translucent stud from the bottom of each. I'm not exactly sure what these are supposed to be, but maybe something to help fix the ship. I don't know. I mean, it is a little hard to get these out. Doesn't really matter to me, because I won't really be showing these anyways. Now moving to the center of the ship where we have the interior. First, I do have to point out and appreciate these brand new molds for the cockpit pieces, which are in this translucent yellow. I believe we also saw them in one other color as of this year. This is a brand new mold for this year and a brand new color within this particular set. You can lift those up using the different type of clip piece connections. I also have to point out just how interesting it is how that is all connected, just so that it doesn't look too ugly. Lifting up the first one and looking inside here, you can see that we have some spots to set your minifigures on those studded areas. I also like how the interior is white to match your white spaceman if you want. As you can see, you can sit all 4 of the spaceman included in this set within the front cockpit area. You can see that we have some brand new and exclusive 2x2 tile pieces there. We have one over here, one over there, and one right there in the middle. This particular 1x2 print is not exclusive. We've seen that quite a few times in various other Lego sets. And we also happen to get a steering wheel for each of these, which I don't really know how that helps, but I mean, it's a nice gesture, I suppose. Opening up the back cockpit, we can take a look at the next interior, where we also have some more of those exclusive tile prints. A lot of these will be repeating themselves across the model. You can also see we have some little beds for our spaceman, which also I do have to point out how convenient the build for that is. When it comes to lying down your spaceman, you actually have a spot where it won't interfere with their oxygen tank. I think that's really clever thinking on Lego's part, and makes it so you don't have to take it off the minifigure. And as you move to this side, you can also see that we happen to get this little escape hatch or door from the very back of the build. Now looking at the very back of the model, one thing which you can do is actually separate this back section in 2 and swing it out so you can take a better look inside this interior spot, which also reveals not only an extra vehicle but this little door that allows you to go in and out of the spaceship. I really love how you can slide that back and forth, and I also really love the pieces used to actually make that. I think it's really clever, and as I said, we have those clip piece connections which work and function over here. As you can see, that is how we can lock these in place so then they aren't going willy-nilly. Now looking at the interior over here, you can see a lot of the building techniques from the inside, as well as some extra storage accessories. We have this wrench and another communication device, this walkie-talkie piece. But we also happen to have something that I was rather surprised to see, and I'm actually really happy to actually see inside a set like this. That being this little landing platform. Now, how you can actually access this is by pushing down here, which brings that bottom section down and allows you to drag this plate piece or tile piece all the way out, and allows you a nice, simple, easy ramp so your characters can exit the ship and go down the ramp to whatever planet they're on. Now this place also serves as storage for another piece. We can bring that all the way back up. We have this extra little vehicle, this terrain vehicle for whatever planet your astronauts are looking into. We have these wheel pieces in red, which I do really have to point out because such an interesting color to see those in. Works well with your red spaceman, so you can have your red spaceman ride this as well. Get a steering wheel, get a little light from the front, and as I said, just some extra holes if you want to put some accessories like this wrench. That's included over here. You can put that in one of these holes if you want to bring that along with your minifigure. And just to show this one more time, as I said, this serves as some extra storage for that vehicle. And then you can close this up very nice and easily, and it hides it. Now before I end this video with my final thoughts, I did want to just flip this around so then you can see the very bottom of the build, hopefully not breaking it too much. But you can take a look at all of the foundation plate pieces. I also really like that they include these dish pieces from the very bottom. I think that's very clever. But we also happen to include some landing gear. Now, one thing that I think is really funny about the landing gear is that they utilize one of these tile pieces that was created for the Lego Super Mario theme. I think it's really funny that they were able to include that for the landing gear. You can also see that we have these Technic connections in order to make it go up and down, so if you don't want to have the landing gear out, you can bring them right back down into the ship and then just swoosh it around as you please. But for those of you who are more likely to have it on display, it's really nice that they include this as an option so you can bring them out and stand this up on possibly a gray base plate or something to that degree to represent the terrain of space. So overall, for 90 years of LEGO, I feel like for $75 or $100, $50, however much you pick this up for, it's definitely a really great value. The minifigure selection needs a little work, in my opinion. I wish that we would have gotten more various colors of Spaceman than just the two that we got. But when it comes to the build, that's really what you're buying this set for, because it is such a substantial, amazing display piece. LEGO really put a lot of thought into the design of this, especially for collectors. A lot of the tiling off, a lot of the slope pieces, all of the printed pieces instead of stickers, I think, put this apart from other direct-to-consumer sets. I also feel instead of just being a wonderful display set, this set has a lot of options for play as well when it comes to a lot of the interior details, the extra vehicle that they include in the very back of the model. And honestly, what kid is not gonna enjoy a LEGO space set? It's something that we really don't get outside of, I guess, Star Wars. I really hope to see LEGO make more original sets like this in the future. It's something that I think really could work in a market. So yeah, that's pretty much all that I have to say for this video. Leave your thoughts down in the comment section below what your thoughts are on this set. Also remember to like and subscribe and hit that bell icon so you don't upload a new video. So yeah, that's it for now, and I will see you next time. Bye!